Hey everybody, we're here in week 5 and we are moving toward week 6. So this is the ending of week 5 notes and the reminders for week 6. First off, I want to say I'm proud of a lot of you because you've done the work. Some of it hasn't been perfect, but you continually are revising and you've caught on to the fact that if you do your work early, you're getting a chance to revise the work and get a good grade. Those of you that are turning it at the last second, there's not much I can do because there's not enough time to revise. So the earlier you turn it in, one of the things that are coming up is some of you are rushing to get and do the quiz, which is a one chance deal, before you have had a chance to actually get your work back. Some of you are changing the words and not really focused on being perfect, and this is causing you to lose points that I just can't give you because it's really outlined very well in the videos. So I'm going to hold off on the quiz until Friday. You have from Friday to Sunday night to do the quiz. That way more of you will turn in your stuff, get the right answers, and be able to do better on the quizzes. I'm not here to fail you. I'm here to help you understand enough to be dangerous when you move into the next thing. One of the things that I want to remind you of is you need to build your portfolio. And your portfolio is everything in each of the weeks outlined. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it. If you want to do it in paragraph form, you can do it in paragraph form. If you want to do bullet points, you can do bullet points, but you need to be on all the PowerPoints, all the videos, and all the tests. You should be having some kind, you have to write out each of the steps along the way. When we're doing the test, you need to be able to point to, you show an understanding that you understand what the test does and some of the major factors. So when you go back to read it, when I read it, I'm saying this person understands what they did that week. Okay, not asking you to do write-ups in there, but you are explaining to the best of your ability everything there is to do with the test that's being run for that week. That is due at the end of week 7, so we are getting real close. So if you haven't started on it yet, you've got a lot of work to do. It will be graded on completeness, having all of the elements, and the question is, well, why is he not telling me what to put in there? Well, a review is of what you learned. I've already learned it. I'm teaching it to you. It is what you are actually learning. Okay, last point. If you have an issue or a problem, please call me, text me. Text, again, is the best way of doing it. Okay, yes, I am rather forceful in my voice because I need you to understand the material quickly when we're on the phone. If you don't understand something, you have to ask questions. For week 5, you need to make sure you finish your assignments, which are the one sample t-test write-up in the Dropbox. And you also need to finish the quiz. Both of those are due Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. because we need to move on to the next week, okay? Which is what we're going to do now. So the module for week 6 is on independent samples t-test. So the first thing you need to do is go here and watch the independent samples t-test write-up video. It kind of gives you the direction of what the definition is. It's a very short definition. There's not much to the actual test itself in terms of learning about it. It's one slide, and then we get going and we get into the actual write-up and what's the makeup of the write-up, what the boxes mean, and that. So please make sure that you're watching that. This also will go over a little deeper into writing your conclusion for the write-ups. A lot of you are putting in the same exact words that I have, and which is so you didn't get marked down for any of that, but I did note you back, so you make sure you want to check the notes on those so you get them correct, because starting this week you will get marked down. Each test is different, and in this video it will show you how to derive your own conclusion. So you can't, a lot of the words are the same. Your intro has to be tweaked a little bit, and and your basic conclusion has to be tweaked a little bit because it's got to read well. I mean, a lot of you use the same word of volume, and want you to really think about this. Walk into a room and ask somebody, what is your volume of happiness? And they're going to look at you like you're crazy. So when you read it back to yourself, it doesn't sound right. You need to word it, and I'm not looking for perfect words in that. It's you get better at it as you go along. So I mean, in last week, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give you the answer, but it was either above 15 or below 15, and if it was you were experiencing happiness. If not, and a simple sentence of the participants were experiencing happiness. That's all it has to be. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it to the point. Okay. In this week, you're dealing with two. So in the end, you should have two different variables that you have to write up in the dichotomous variable. So make sure that you're watching that extremely well, and you will see that when you're done, you're going to be looking at two differences. So make sure you have that in your mind. The next one up is a Levine's test. It's going to talk about it in the write-up, but here is a 50-second, perfectly done, synopsis of what the Levine's test does and how you do it. I think I do it well, but this has a little bit more, not many more words, but it's done again so you understand it. Because if you give the wrong information and put the wrong information in, then you will ultimately not do well. Okay, here is your SPSS for homework. Now, the variables are choking, so it's choking in water polo. Okay, was the athlete choking in water polo? And pressure. And pressure means, was I getting pressure from my parents to play water polo? That's a yes or no question. So these are the yes and no. There's your variables, and you got to write it up using the video. After that, you'll see a Dropbox. And after that, you will have your quiz, which will now not open till Friday because too many are taking it early, and you're not doing well because you're not waiting for me to grade your homework. And I'm doing my best to grade your homework every day so you can get it back and make your revisions and get better at it. So I'm going to hold off until Friday to put the test in. So you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get the test done. Okay. Last thing, remembering the portfolio. At this point, we are heading into week 6. It is due on the Sunday of week 7. So it's very important that you have got your module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6, and module 7. Everything that is outlined in the videos and everything that you have, all the tests, all the words, everything needs to be in there. And it's separated by weeks. That's how to be graded. It needs to be thorough. It needs to be understandable. And last but not least, it needs to be turned in by that Sunday, the 11th. Try this again. The Sunday of week 7 at 11:59 p.m. After that, you start losing credit of 10% a day. If you're not turning in your homework, it's automatically down to half. It's down to half credit. So it is what it is. You got to get your stuff turned in. Again, if you need me, please call me. Have a nice day.